What is going on, everyone? Today on ToyShopFab, I try to get my O2 up front, O3 out back, fenderless 3500 dually that was purchased off Marketplace sight unseen. This is actually the, well, second day I've seen it, but first day I'm really going to try to get into it. What we're going to try to do today is get it running for the first time in months, because I have plans for what's under the hood and underneath there for something else, but hasn't ran in months. And so I figured, since it's in the truck, we're going to see if we can get this thing fired up, running, and moving under its own power, so I can test things out before completely tearing this truck apart and using it for something else. All right, let's take a walk around this thing and kind of show you what I'm dealing with here. Now, this up front is an O3. No, it's not. It's an O2. O2, it's off as O2, the kid's O2 Suburban. Okay, the cab is an O3, and it's blue. I don't know what year the bed come off of, but it came off of something else, or within the year. Obviously, it came off within one of the years that fit this truck, and it's red. From my understanding, the kid used it to drift. I guess he smashed the bed, and this is what he put on there. Now, he says the problem that he was having with this truck happened a couple weeks after doing this, so we'll see. But there are no tire left. Pretty skinny, pretty bald. This one's got, you can grab it with your fingernail. So there's a couple miles left on that one. These ones are about burned off. And here, I'm going to show you guys this really cool thing, because this is the whole reason I bought the truck. Nope. But, has ever seen a 3500? Let's see, come on. There you go. Steering wheel comes off. So it has a removable steering wheel. Kind of neat. I might find something for that. I don't know. But the whole reason I bought this truck is what's under the hood. Now, this particular truck, the 3500, and it came with a 6-liter engine. It has just over 200,000 miles on it, from what I'm told, and a 4L80 transmission. That's the whole reason we picked this truck up. And we picked this truck up for a pretty good price. Now, because they can't lie on the internet, right? Everyone tells the truth. This is a perfectly good running truck with a good, perfectly shifting transmission that'll get you anywhere you need to go, as long as you can get it started. I was told it hasn't run in quite some time, and he had a problem after changing the bed. He thinks he may have squashed something electrical. And he was trying to fix it himself. He started taking a bunch of things off. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and show you what we got. So here is our fuse box. Now, this was hanging out over here. I put a couple tins back in it and bolted it back up to our fender. As you can see, we're missing ends off the battery cables. I don't know why. Maybe it had something to do with the stereo system he said he had in this truck. We're also missing the battery tray. This guy's missing. Alternator is in the bed of the truck. Starter is in the bed of the truck, along with belt, an idler pulley, mass airflow sensor. He was taking a bunch of stuff off. I think he said he was taking it in, having it tested to see if it worked. But everything he was testing came back fine. So instead of putting it back on the truck and looking for the problem, he decided he was going to upgrade his O2 Suburban by robbing everything off of this and just putting what he didn't need, kind of setting it on there. The hood is only held on by that guy. Is actually just wedged in here. There's no bolts. These are loose. Just sat on there so the truck could be towed to the house. I got home late from work last night, so I did take a walk around, just kind of see what we're dealing with. And you can see we're missing a bunch of stuff up here. All that, I think, is in the bed of the truck as well. He just started pulling a bunch of stuff out. I'm guessing it was because it was stereo equipment. He rewired the doors, so those should work. Kind of did his own little rearranging of the back seat. I don't know if he needed the bolts or something, but this is something kind of cool too. You can see the headliner here. I'm guessing the kid was a kind of an artist or something, because he's actually, see here, there we go, a big old eagle. But he did a really decent job getting that thing to fit all the little contours of the factory headliner. Kind of cool. It's not something I would dig or do, but the amount of time and effort he put into that is actually pretty neat. It's really cool, actually, the way he did it and spent the time. It looks really nice the way it forms, is what I'm saying. So, but oh yeah, here's some other stuff. The cab has been lightened by Mother Nature. So, all right, cab corners are gone. Other side's worse. First time I've ever seen Bluetooth body mounts. So this cab is not, I don't know if he needed it for the Suburban or it just never had them. I'm not sure. But neither side of the cab is bolted to the frame. And judging by the condition of the body, oops, I don't think this frame goes to this body, or you know what I mean? This body goes to the frame, which however way it goes. Frame is in really good shape. So kind of makes you wonder. That's all right. I didn't buy the truck for the body. None of that. I actually want to use the transmission and engine for another project. I actually want the transmission for my truck. So the engine we'll figure out what to do with. Something me and Seth can get in on. We're gonna figure it out. But before I start tearing this thing down and using parts on other projects, since the engine's already bolted up to a transmission, it's already got wiring and stuff going to it. I've got a battery in there on bake, right? Slow bake since yesterday. We're going to use that. I've found my old battery cables off other engines I have purchased from the junkyard. Kind of a pack rat when it comes to things like this. So we're going to change battery cables out. Oh, yeah, since I'm here, there is our ground, right? Our earth cable. This truck doesn't have one. I don't know if the kid took it or what. But I was also noticing last night there's no body grounds anywhere. They're gone. I don't see it. There's nothing. The kid said it wouldn't come on, or it would flicker or flash. It wouldn't do anything. Last night I was looking around and found that it has the battery cables are cut. There's no ground cables from the engine to the body to the frame. There's none of that. And if you don't know, a ground is very important when it comes to stuff like this. If you don't have it, things aren't going to work. So what I'm planning on doing is I need to get this starter back in the truck, because, well, it's, as you can see, it's not in. He had that tested, keep thinking something about that. I don't know. We'll get the alternator hooked back up, get that bolted back into place. I've got an idler pulley that needs to go back on. We'll get the belt hooked back up. That way the water pump's water pumping. Get it hooked up so we can get our mass airflow and intake air temp, or this whole mass airflow sensor setup. We'll get that rigged back up, get that on the truck, and yeah, just start troubleshooting. See what kind of problems we run into. Get them fixed and get this truck fired up and running. So get you guys in the stand, and we're going to start putting this thing back together. All right, got you in the stand. I've already been underneath the truck, unpinned our positive cable. It comes from the battery, splits off to our fuse box here, then gets bolted with this little bracket up on the accessory bracket, just where that holds our alternator and power steering pump. But it comes down from that bracket underneath our power steering pump, across the front of the pan. So in between the pulley and the pan, it's got a plastic retainer clip there that screws onto the pan. You can unclip it, battery cable falls out, but it goes across there and then down to our starter. So I've already unclipped it from there. It's hanging straight down. And what I'm going to do is we'll take the 2 pins out right here, unbolt the bracket. I'm going to leave this cable installed. It's got our temperature sending unit. The plug for the temperature sending unit runs across. We got our alternator plug right here, some of the emissions stuff. So I'm just going to unclip it from here, get these 2 tins out, pull that guy out. Let's see here. Ugh. Hopefully it's not too, shouldn't be too tight. It's just little tiny tins. One. Oops. Just a little messed up. There we go. Doesn't want to work. All right. That guy off. See, I just unpinned it, unclipped everything from the bottom, cable's hanging straight down. Now we can get this guy out. I'll show you the end. See, you see this is the end that goes to our starter. Really, really simple. Go ahead and kick that out of the way. No longer need it. Now, get the guy out of our fuse box there, which I think, don't quote me, I didn't check, but you get you in here. This is like the most important stuff. So here's the other end of our battery cable. It's a 7, not an 8. Well, lucky for me, I anticipated the fact that I was going to be wrong. Get that guy off our fuse box. I'm just gonna, okay, I think our other one has a bolt in there. If not, I'll figure out how to get that out. All right, now we got battery cables are out. I'm gonna grab our ground cable, our earth cable. All right, got our ground cable. We'll go ahead and get her installed, get it bolted to the side of our head. You can see here's the other cable I was talking about that goes to the firewall. I'll show you guys here in a second. Go ahead and get this guy ran down. We're going to get them bolted to the side of the head. I believe that is where it goes. There's a spot here that looks like it had a cable, so I found a bolt. That's where it's going. Doesn't matter anyways. Got it started. There it is. Get this guy. Get that tightened up. Cool. Got that cable. Now our other one, I'm going to run across kind of the same path down underneath this wire loom here. It looks like it goes about the same direction. And you guys can see over here on the firewall, there's a stud sticking out. It has the 10 millimeter nut, but it had no cable or nothing. So I'm wondering, we're going to go ahead and get it installed anyways, get all that taken care of. So we got a ground to the engine. Now we have a ground to the body coming straight off our battery. Cool. So that's grounded. Now let's go ahead and get our positive cable. We're going to drop that guy back straight down the same path our other one came out of. Come on. It goes in there. I know it does. That's stubborn. There it goes. Yeah. Whew. Okay. We're just going to let it hang down basically where the other one was at. Come on. All right. This cable here, you guys can see it, has the cable for an alternator, which the other one did not have. So that's awesome. We're going to see if we're going to get that working. Hopefully our alternator works. It's charging. Get this guy bolted up. Okay. Tight. Now, I got to get this cable clip back in, but this clip's broken, so steal the one off the other cable. Okay. The guy pushed back in. All right. Those cables are secure, and yep, our new battery cable has the bolt in it for our fuse box here, so that's good. Go ahead and get that guy bolted up. Yeah. Good deal. Wish I had the battery tray for this thing, but maybe I can find one or make. We're just doing this to get this thing running. So, all right, so that's there. So now we got positive and negative battery cables hooked up to the truck. Go ahead and get a battery in this thing right now, or we'll hook the battery up. See if we get some inside noises. Yep, it's different. It's okay. That's okay. I can do this. Oh yeah, we can. We got this. All right, so go ahead and just let him hang out right there on top of the washer bottle. All right, get the positive. Dad. Oh, got sparkies. Okay. See? Hopefully. Oh yeah, that battery cable's on the ground, so that's not doing anything there. That's good. Go ahead and snug it up for a second. All right. Battery cables are tight. Now, grab the key. Let's see. Well, let's test. Does the seat move? Oh, seat moves. Cool deal. All right, so that means we got power. So now let's see what the dash does. All right, put our key in here. Okay, got two keys, so that one must be for the door, a different door. Got a battery light. Oh, gas gauge comes on. Says we have 3/4 of a tank. I wonder how accurate that is. Service airbags. Okay. Oh, fan's on. Nice. Go ahead and turn that down. So that works. Seat belt. Oh. Yep. Don't remember if I told you guys I did install the starter already, but it doesn't have the power from the battery running to it. It's got, I just hooked up the starter wire, the start wire for the solenoid. So you hear that kicking and throwing out. So that's cool. That is working. So now what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to jump underneath there, hook up the power to our starter really fast. I'll be right back and see if this thing kicks over. All right, power is hooked up to the starter, but before I start cranking anything over, I have not checked the oil yet, so I want to make sure it at least has oil. Also thinking of, yeah, we'll check the transmission as well. So, got good oil. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but oil is really, really clean for an engine. It doesn't look like it has any water in it, so that's good. He looks like he did do maintenance on this thing because it's on the full mark. Well, let's double check. Let's double check. Let's yep, it's on the full mark. Oil is really, really clean. So at least did maintenance. At least changed the oil, popped up underneath there. Got a fairly old K&N filter, so that's fine. Transmission, now he did tell me he's never changed the transmission fluid. I wonder if you guys can see that, but he's never changed the transmission fluid in this truck. Not burned, and it's still, I mean, it's got a brownish color to it, like old, maybe slightly burned, but it's clear. It's not like some of the transmission fluids you see that have got lots and lots of hard miles on it. All right, so we got oil in the engine, got tranny fluid in the transmission. Power is hooked up to the starter. Now let's turn the key. It does not. I can't. I have to double check water. If it does fire, then I'm just going to shut it down because there is no belt on there to turn our water pump. And I don't. Well, let's see. I don't want it running too long. We'll at least get that on. But we're going to turn the key. Oh yeah. Help if I hook the battery back up. I did unhook the battery to install that cable. So you guys can see there. I don't trust myself to not arc anything across a frame rail or short something out. Plus, he already said he was having some kind of electrical issue on this truck, and I don't want to add to it if that's the case. Now, my fingers are crossed. It was just because I couldn't find any body grounds or grounds going to the cab. All right, battery's hooked back up. Turn the key. Key's on. Gauges are cycling. Let's see if this thing turns over. Okay. It fired right up. Maybe if I'm cycling the key on and off, it primed the fuel system already. Was a little rattly, but the kid said it hasn't been ran in months. So let's do it again. Oh, might need a starter. Okay, let's get our belt and everything hooked up. I just realized I don't have the mass airflow, so it might be in like a limp mode or it's full rich. It puts it in a weird mode because it's not seeing any air come in. It's just throwing fuel at it, but it did fire up. And I don't know if you guys could hear that. It has no mufflers. It's got turn downs off the factory caps. So let me get you guys back in the stand. We'll get our idler pulley back on. We'll get the alternator bolted back up. Get the fan belt on. And fire this thing up again. So here we go. Okay, got all the accessories put back on the front of the truck. Fan belts on, air box, our little O'Reilly Spectre Air filter is in place. Mass airflow sensor is on. I've even got this thing topped off with the finest of well waters. I don't know how much coolant's in it. I don't know if he took the radiator support out or anything like that, changed the hoses or stuff. There was a couple of clamps that were undone I had to put back on. So fingers crossed. It didn't take a whole lot, but now we're going to fire this thing up. Let it run, see if we can get it to warm up. Battery's charging at 14 volts. Fuel says it's at over 3/4 of a tank. Nice. 40 pounds of oil pressure. Engine's not making any noises. It's not rattling, it's not pinging, it's not. So, it does have a custom exhaust. I'll show you guys. Because the tailpipe's off after the caps. Just put a little turn downs on. So. Yeah, no noise. Sounds smooth, sounds good. Almost don't want to take this truck apart now. Almost I said. I don't know, I got a few days. Maybe I'll find something else, but I got a bunch of parts here still. The truck can be put back together. Need to find some cab mounts so we can make this thing a little safer. Sounds good. Everything seems to be working good. Power steering works. It feels really funny though with this like 12-inch. These are loose. Bolts are loose. The little Allens. But it does feel funny with this little steering wheel. So. Okay, here, let's see. Brakes. Looks like it has brakes. This is a Hydro Boost system, so that's really cool. I'm missing springs on the shifter. It feels funny. So I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But let's see. Reverse. Yep, got reverse. Neutral. Drive. Yep, we got drive. So, right on. All right, I'm gonna let this thing warm up for a little bit. I'm gonna get most of this stuff kind of secured-ish. Get the junk cleared out from in front of this truck. I'm gonna take it out and see how the transmission shifts. See if it was worth it. See if it was a gamble for buying this. It does go in reverse. It does go into drive. But now I want to see if it has some gears. So I'm gonna let this thing warm up. Make sure the radiator's topped off. And then we're gonna go for a quick little test drive to see how many gears this thing has. So, be right back. Look what I found. Yeah, little guys. They start school at little. Kid's a senior now. Little, he's taller than me too. You believe that? I can't. All right. Anyways, got everything cleared up. Got the hood latched. It ain't bolted. We're not going far though. I'm just really want to see how the gears shift. Transmission fluid, I did check that while it was running full. Motor oil, we still got just a tick under 40 psi idling. Truck seems to be about 200 degrees or 180. Oh no, about 195. If I was nope, that's not right. 200. Let's just say 200. Battery's charging at 14. Transmission temp is just over 100, and we're idling at about 700. I think it'd be higher than that, though. So now this guy's going to be videoing for us, and we're going to take it down and we're going to see if the thing shifts through all its gears. So here we go. All right. Yeah, we're over our parking brake. Oh, this thing. Okay, now I wonder if I can fix the alignments. Nope, steering wheel's upside down. Cool. don't know if that's the stuff in the bed. I don't know if the freaking stuff's falling off the cab's. Oh, the cab maybe fell back on its mount that we pushed off this year. Brakes? Oh yeah, brakes are freaking awesome. Right. Let's see now. Hood's not flying up yet, so that's awesome. Not going fast enough apparently. We're going to have to try it again. This is cool. This just shows. I mean, you can find some stuff on Marketplace. Yes, it doesn't run. Someone's got it all torn apart. But you spend a little time, just do some research, look at... Oh, there it goes. Look at what we got going on, follow some wiring, check some fuses. You would be amazed on what you can get running again. Okay, that's all the way down. Transmission feels good. I'm totally happy with it. You're not. Oh, you know what? That might be neutral. I'm not about to check it without... Yep, that was neutral. Overshifted somewhere in there. It's a good thing I didn't check it while it was rolling. We'd have had a problem. That's all we're going. I got no license plate. I got no lights. Nothing that says this should be on the road. So temperature looks good. Oil pressure's good. Charging's good. Trans is 150. Sounds like everything's falling off. Smudge there. There. Now you can see me. Well, that's pretty much it. That's all I had planned for this truck today, was really just to get it, see if we can get it running, see if we can figure out what was wrong, which we did. We found that parts of our positive cable were missing and cut off. It had no terminals at the end. The earth cable, or the ground cable, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it the sad cable if you watch that guy. Ground cable was missing, the ground cable altogether. And nowhere on the truck was there a body ground. The body wasn't grounded. There was no ground. I didn't see any indication there. I found some old cables, but there was nothing to really show that it was grounded. And he said he had a problem. It would flicker, and flickering and stuff like that usually indicates weak voltage or a weak battery or bad ground. So we were able to get that fixed. Luckily I had that stuff left over from that other engine that's in my little 93. Went through, cleaned everything, checked it all, and well, now we have a running and driving vehicle that we picked up for super cheap off of Marketplace. Now, like I said, we bought this we bought this truck with certain things in mind. I wanted the transmission out of it. We figured we could do something with the engine, probably part this thing out and sell it. But now I'm not so sure. We could pull what's left of this bed off, make a flatbed out of it. I can go through, get the front end bolted back up, start getting the lights back in. Something maybe for this guy to drive around for a while too, while he saves some money and looks for a vehicle that he really wants, whether it be a little S10 or a Ranger. He says he likes Rangers. Maybe an old square body. So, but we can give it, we can save it, and now we can use it to pull some stuff around here. But anyways, it's running and driving. Just took a little bit of detective work, a little bit of time. So get on Marketplace, start looking for stuff like that too. You can take things like this, fix them up, get them running, sell them, start making a little bit of income to buy something you really want as well. I don't know, Nova, Falcon, I like those are cool. Wagon, anything, a little hot rod project, whatever. Pick up some of these things, get them running, you know, make a little enterprise out of that as well. So, but anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. We'll figure out exactly what to do with this truck, but for right now, it is running and driving for the first time in months. So, super cool. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like, okay? Hit that like. It helps a feller out, for sure. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. He was going to say something, but what are you going to say, bud?
Well, thanks for watching, and leave any ideas you have down below.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Catch you on the next one.